Hello again. Well, this is somewhat interesting. I wonder what the Prime Minister from Canada, Justin Trudeau, is going to do about this, huh? One of my friends sent me this little clip. Starts off, "Go, Canada. Pork on your fork." Put some pork on your fork. A commercial promoting pork says, "Put some pork on your fork. The mayor refuses to remove pork from school cafeteria menu and explains why." Muslim parents demanded the abolition of pork in all the school canteens of a Montreal suburb. The mayor of the Montreal suburb of Dorval has refused, and the town clerk sent a note to all parents to explain why. Quote, "Muslims must understand that they have to adapt to Canada and Quebec, its customs, its traditions, and its way of life, because that's where they choose to immigrate. Muslims must understand that they have to integrate and learn to live in Quebec. They must understand that it is for them to change their lifestyle, not the Canadians who so generously welcome them." Quote, "Muslims must understand that Canadians are neither racist nor xenophobic. Canada accepted many immigrants before Muslims showed up, whereas the reverse is not true, in that Muslim states do not accept non-Muslim immigrants." End of quote. Quote, "Just like other nations, Canadians are not willing to give up their identity or their culture. And if Canada is a land of welcome, it's not the mayor of Dorval who welcomes foreigners, but the Canadian Quebecans, people as a whole. Finally, they must understand that in Canada, Quebec, which is Judeo-Christian roots, Christmas trees, churches, and religious festivals, religion must remain in the private domain. The municipality of Dorval was right to refuse any concessions to Islam and Sharia. For Muslims who disagree with secularism and do not feel comfortable in Canada, there are 57 beautiful Muslim countries in the world. Most of them are underpopulated and ready to receive them with open halal arms in accordance with Sharia." Quote, "If you left your country for Canada and not for other Muslim countries, it is because you have considered that life is better in Canada than elsewhere. We will not let you drag Canada down to the level of those 57 countries. Ask yourself this question just once. Why is it better here in Canada than where you came from? A canteen with pork on a menu is part of the answer. If you come to Canada with the idea that you will displace us with your prolific propagation and eventually take over the country, you should pack up and go back to the country you came from. We have no room here for you and your ideology." Well, it'll be interesting to see what Justin Trudeau, what he does about this. I think the Dorval school system is going to find itself in a rather uncomfortable position relatively soon. I am firmly convinced that the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, is a Muslim convert. And that being the case, he's obviously not going to agree with what the school board in Dorval feels is right for its people. Let me know what you think. You get a good idea as to what I think. Also, as what I believe, with their prolific propagation, as their numbers continue to grow, what's going to happen in Dorval, in Canada, and here in the United States is what's happened in London, England. Muslims will take control. They already have in the White House. That's sort of what I think. And if you're half awake, you got a darn good idea as to why I think what I think, don't you?